Clash Royale has 6 champions. Each one was introduced as a game-changing card slot, only 1 champion per deck, higher elixir cost than any other card type, a unique ability that the player can manually trigger. 6 cards, 6 promised meta shakeups, and in 2026, 2 of them dominate every leaderboard, 2 of them sit in the middle of the pack, and 2 of them are almost invisible at the top of the ladder. This is the definitive ranking of every Clash Royale champion from the bottom of the win rate chart to the top. Before the rankings, a quick reminder of how champions work in Clash Royale. Champions are unlockable from Arena 15 onwards. Only 1 champion can be in any deck. They occupy a card slot like any other troop, but they cannot be cycled back to until their special ability has been used or expired. Their effects are designed to be game-changing, but their cost makes them risky in tight elixir trades. After almost 4 years of champions in the game, the community now has a clear hierarchy. At number 6, the bottom of the ranking sits the Skeleton King. Released in 2022 as the first heroic champion, the Skeleton King generates souls when nearby troops die and unleashes a horde of skeletons when his ability is triggered. On paper, the Skeleton King is a tank that punishes the opponent for clearing your support troops. In practice, the Skeleton King has the lowest pick rate in tournament play of any champion. The reason is simple. Most modern decks no longer rely on troop-heavy support that dies near the Skeleton King. Spell cycle decks counter him. Splash damage clears the soul generators before they trigger. The Skeleton King's mechanic was designed for an older meta that no longer exists. At number 5 sits the Golden Knight, released in the same 2022 batch. The Golden Knight is a 4 elixir melee champion whose dash ability lets him jump from troop to troop, stacking damage as he goes. The Golden Knight has good base stats and a flashy ability. The community loves him for casual play. Tournaments do not. The dash ability is highly conditional. It needs multiple targets in the right positions to be worthwhile. Against control decks running single big units, the dash misses or wastes elixir. Against swarm decks, splash damage clears his combo before he can dash again. The Golden Knight has been buffed and reverted several times across 2023 and 2024. He is the textbook definition of a card that looks fun and plays inconsistent. At number 4 is the Little Prince. Released in 2024 as a 6 elixir ranged champion, the Little Prince summons a Royal Guardian when his ability is triggered. The Little Prince's pick rate is divisive. New players love him for the visual identity. Pros use him sparingly because his range damage is mid-tier and his Guardian summon, while strong, costs total elixir that competing champions deliver more reliably. The Little Prince sits at the boundary between low and mid-tier. In some metas, he is meta. In most metas, he is overshadowed. At number 3 is the Monk. Released in 2023, the Monk is a 5 elixir melee champion whose ability lets him deflect incoming damage back at attackers. The Monk has had perhaps the most volatile balance history of any champion. He has been nerfed and re-nerfed multiple times because his deflect ability, when timed correctly, completely shuts down spells, swarms, and even tank pushes. After repeated rebalances, the Monk currently sits in solid mid-tier territory. Skilled players climb with him. Average players struggle to time the deflect. The Monk is a high-skill champion in a meta that rewards consistency over micro. At number 2 is the Mighty Miner. Released in 2022, the Mighty Miner is a 4 elixir mining champion whose ability triggers an aerial explosion that hits both ground and air. After multiple buffs across 2025, the Mighty Miner is now considered the second strongest champion in Clash Royale. His base damage as a tunneling miner is solid. His ability counters bridge spam. His low cost lets cycle decks afford him. The Mighty Miner is the meta pick for players who want a champion without committing to a slow deck. Pros run him on log bait variants and on minor poison decks across the global ladder. He is the consensus second best champion in the game. At number 1, the strongest champion in Clash Royale by every measurable metric is the Archer Queen. Released in 2022, the Archer Queen is a 5 elixir ranged champion whose ability cloaks her for several seconds, making her invisible to most defenders while she fires accelerated arrows. The Archer Queen has appeared in nearly every World Championship final since her release. Her cloak ability lets her solo most defensive buildings. Her base damage is high enough to take towers solo if left unanswered. Her cost is reasonable, and her interaction with the rest of the meta is so clean that after 4 years, no balance team adjustment has displaced her. The Archer Queen sits at the top of pick rate charts, win rate charts, tournament win charts, and trophy push charts. There is no second opinion. The Archer Queen is the strongest champion in Clash Royale. What does this ranking actually mean for players? If you're free to play and choosing one champion to invest gold in, the answer is the Archer Queen. If you already own her and want a second champion, Mighty Miner is the safest pick. The Monk is a long-term investment for players willing to learn the timing. The Little Prince is a stylistic choice. The Golden Knight and the Skeleton King are, for now, casual-only picks. They are not bad cards, they are simply outclassed by what came after them. Supercell has confirmed that more champions are in development for 2026 and 2027. The likely future shape of the meta is more champion variety, not less, but for the current state of the game, the rankings are clear. The Archer Queen is a tier above everyone, the Mighty Miner is meta, the Monk and Little Prince are situational, the Golden Knight and the Skeleton King are waiting for buffs that may or may not come. 6 champions, 1 clear winner, 1 clear runner-up, 2 in the middle, 2 at the bottom. That is the entire Clash Royale champion meta in 2026. Ranked, subscribe to Royale XP for the deck guides built around each one of these champions, and the data will get updated every season as the meta shifts.